Hey guys, SpitefireH2O here, and this video is a bit different. I figured that since I'm doing full series playthroughs that I should possibly do a series overview or review when I finish it. In this case, I'm going to start with TimeSplitters because it's the first series that I've finished all the way through on my channel. So, without further ado, let's get started with some background. Now I'll be going through each game, like TimeSplitters, TimeSplitters 2, and TimeSplitters Future Perfect. So I'll start with TimeSplitters. Gotta get my notes up. TimeSplitters was a first-person shooter game, obviously, developed by Free Radical Design. It was published by Eidos Interactive. It's the first game, and it was released on the 23rd of October in 2000. It's a PlayStation launch title. Now the game revolves around, traveling through time, and trying to stop the TimeSplitters. Well, the first one didn't. The story mode wasn't, in my opinion. Now these are all going to be opinion based, so bear with me. But the story didn't really have any. What's the word? I can't think of it. Oh, well. Oh, yeah. Doesn't have really of a major storyline. The story mode is just like a way to deviate from the norm of the multiplayer. I think multiplayer was their most focused mode in this. What else? It had a multiplayer mode, as I stated, with a lot of different game modes, a challenge mode as well. Also, there was a level editor, which I really didn't get into that, so I don't have any. I don't have any input on that. But it plays very similar to GoldenEye 007 and Perfect Dark, which several members of that team, of those development teams, left Rare, which was the man, I'm horrible at this. They left Rare, which was the company that made 007 or GoldenEye and Perfect Dark, and they formed their own, which was Rare. They formed their own, which was Free Radical, which was what everything else was, which was what the company was. I'm really horrible at this, but anyway, that's pretty much TimeSplitters. It was was a launch title for PlayStation 2. It was only released on that. But let's move on to TimeSplitters 2. Now, TimeSplitters 2 is obviously another first-person shooter game. It was released in October 2002. In North America, it was released on the 9th. Europe was released the 18th, and Japan it was released February 27th, 2003. Those are the PlayStation 2 titles. This game was on multiple platforms: PlayStation 2, GameCube, and Xbox. The GameCube first released October 16th, and Xbox was October 17th. Now this one was the first one that had an actual storyline, following the exploits of Sergeant Cortez and Corporal Hart. And it had 10 levels of single-player action, which ranged from mostly Cortez, because I played single-player. Cortez was mostly doing all the work, which was him going back in time to a certain era, jumping into the body of the person there, and collecting the time crystal to bring back to the main, to their time, which was 2552, I think. But, okay. That was basically the plot. They went to go get they went through time to stop the time splitters by gathering the time crystals, so then you take back to their time and take back to Earth to ultimately stop the time splitters. Yes. There's also an arcade mode and a challenge mode, which the arcade mode was really fun to play. The challenges were also difficult as well. What else to add? It also had a map maker, I believe. Possibly. Yeah, it did. But, the year is 2401, not 25 something. But that was basically TimeSplitters 2. It was well received. Everyone liked it. Positive reviews and aggregating review websites, game rankings, and Metacritic gave the PlayStation 2 version 91.67% and a 90 out of 100. GameCube version was lower as well as the Xbox version. So you can tell that the PlayStation version was the favorited. But ultimately, it was... What is the word? I'm having so much trouble. Its sequel was TimeSplitters Future Perfect, which expanded upon Cortez's story. Which I'll get to that in just a moment. Or actually right now. TimeSplitters Future Perfect. It was the third and final game. There was a fourth one that was scheduled, but it was ultimately postponed because Free Radical got bought out by... What is it? Crytek, I think? Yeah. But this one was also released on PlayStation 2, GameCube, and Xbox. The release date was the 21st of March in 2005. This one had a whole bunch of improvements with a fixed crosshair on the screen. Man, I'm not going to do any of these. But yes, it was a fixed crosshair. The PlayStation 2 version had online play, as well as the Xbox version. The GameCube did not. Now this one, it also had an arcade mode, a challenge mode, and a map maker. The map maker in this one was a lot better in terms of making it, I guess. I don't know how to explain that better. But generally, it did receive positive reviews. It got 85.66% and 84 out of 100. It did win IGN Best 2005 Award for Best First-Person Shooter. So that's something. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. Now, my view of the games, I guess. The first one, wasn't that good for me because it didn't have a very good story. I like story-driven games. I really do. The second one, with the inclusion of the story in different eras that actually played the story out pretty well, I liked. And the third one, which is my first game that I played of TimeSplitters, I really like because everyone remembers their first. But I really enjoyed it because I really enjoyed this series because it was nice and it was fun. It's fun seeing how games evolve from the very first to the very last. And that's why I like playing. That's why I like doing these challenges where I have to play through all of them. But thanks for watching, guys. And if you enjoyed it, hit that like button. If you want to subscribe, go ahead and do that. If not, it's fine. But thank you guys. I will talk to you in the next video of whatever I make. Bye.